Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we got an action-packed one for you. We got heavy choppers. We're going to show you how to use them. It's actually not easy. It's very confusing and somewhat base-dependent, so we're going to go over a lot of different attacks and how to use them. Guys, you haven't already, throw your chicken statue on the beach, but I also appreciate those of you throwing in that code CHICKEN into that shop. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All the good stuff, all the YouTube things, you know what to do. Yeah, so it's been hit and miss. The thing is, we need a little bit more. So let's go over the tech first. Here's the base. I forget if it's, I think it's the same one. Or no, we went to 60 hours today. Was it today or yesterday? I'm losing my mind. I don't know. But here's the base. It's not very good. I actually wouldn't recommend you copy this one. I'm about to change it myself. But it'll get you going at 6, and I'll post the other one later. But here's where we're at right now. So we maxed our artillery yesterday. Or today, I forget. We got gunboat to tick 4, and we got our heavy choppers maxed out. What was funny enough, how often does this happen? I had exactly 42 keys after my last chest. Never happens. Never happens. So figures, of course, when I get them, they're not a push point. So they're good. They're definitely better. Don't get me wrong. I can easily maintain diamond now, whereas before I was pretty well just losing everything. But the next thing we got to decide on is where to go from here. So we have Sky Shield, which is also on the path to 7, which is going to be good. We have another DVD, which is going to be awesome. And we have our 2 shock launchers back here. So I think, honestly, the answer is we need probably 2 of these, and I don't know exactly which ones are going to be the push point, but just make sure you don't plan on, by the time you get to heavy choppers, you'll definitely get ahead from where you're at now, but it's not going to, propel you deep into diamond. It'll get you to diamond. It'll get you to rank 20 for sure. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards DBD. I think that's where I'm going to go. It's a cheaper investment, and it's a good thing to have. So we'll figure it out from there. But yeah, I think we'll get the DBD, and then we'll figure out the rest. Because the problem is, my attacks are good for the most part. Some of them are bad. But the base isn't really providing enough resistance to really start to get ahead. That's when, that's kind of the problem when you're in that 50-50 zone of warships. Like, your base isn't that strong to stop them, and your attack's not so much different than what everyone else is doing that it's going to, you're going to win each and every single time. So that's kind of where we're at for right now. Let's just dive into some live ones here, and I'll just kind of explain, the different things we want to do on some of these bases. So, yeah. Explain some of the different things. So, matchmaking is going to take a minute, but we want to go 3-5. Now, obviously, I have Kavan, so I don't think it's any different if you're running Everspark or Bullet, even really for that matter, unless you want to delay draw Bullet or something. But for the most part, it's going to be the same. It's kind of a 3-5, and what we want to do is we want to flare. We want to flare. Basically, there's 3 different parts of the attack: flare, split, free clear, art. That's the magic. That's the magic trifecta of what we're doing. Typically, we flare right around the ST. On this one, I think we're gonna do the opposite of that. So this is kind of an experiment. I can't promise anything here, but we'll see. All right, so we want to flare up this way. We want to smoke on our doodlers once or twice. That's lots. And yeah, something like that. Now, if we are going to be throwing down artillery on an engine room, we want to make sure that we're not using too much GBE off the start, which essentially means you're not using any. Like, we're not using second winds. Other than getting them simply into position, we're not shocking stuff. We're not doing anything unless we're about to lose, a lot of troops or something really bad is about to happen. That's the only time when we would do that. Otherwise, we're letting them just kind of fan out and do their thing. Those 2 are going to die. Unfortunately, they're all getting dragged down towards that flamethrower. A couple stragglers coming off just to die. But that's alright. So we're going to go like this. And we're going to launch that. Look at those artilleries flying high in the sky. And we're just going to let them free clear at this point. We're at 3 minutes, so it's not a major rush. And I believe the last artillery, we need 2 more. The last artillery cost to take it down is 23, from what I understand. So it should be one more. It looks like it's going to be 2 more. Maybe it's 25. Uh-oh. Okay, let's go here. And this one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tough. That's kind of the idea, though. That's kind of the idea. We got to get that engine down immediately. It's going to take them so long to get this artillery all the way over here. It's probably faster just to flare the damn thing. But there we go, 219. So a little bit sloppy. But like I said, that one was the first one I've seen from that side. So that's too bad. 227. All right, let's try another one. So, I mean, there's that strategy, right? That's the artillery strategy. That's the artillery way. If you don't do that, you can do the same thing, but you're basically just free clearing, and you're using your gunboat energy as you go out for second winds, shocks, and, you know, different things like that. So we'll try one of those hits next, just to free clear, and see if that does us any better. The artillery one is nice. I mean, if there's an engine that's kind of sitting by itself in the far corner, that's when you really get the value from it, obviously. Okay, all right, so we got a front-loaded one. This will be good. We can show you how to do these ones. These ones are fairly easy. Yeah, so let's go 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to shock any individual boom cannons that are on our heavy choppers right away. And maybe even the Simon. Okay, let's bring back some troops. This one we're okay to use our GBE at the start. More so because we're gonna take down all the defenses. So I mean, we're gonna get the GBE back pretty quickly. But let's see what happens here. These are usually pretty standard with the heavy choppers now. I mean, we can just kind of do what we're doing. You know, try to survive the landing, and then open it up in the middle, and they should split down on the one side, and then we just have those last couple engines left to take down. So let's see what happens here. The problem is this guy's got everything. He's got all the shock mines, he's got all the max rockets, he's got all the shock launchers, which is a lot this season. So yeah. A little bit tricky, but nothing we can't handle. Alright, let's start to throw down here. You want like 4 more, 3 more, something like that. And these guys are scaring me a little bit. Ooh, that's a lot of mines to walk through. Oh no, I don't like this, guys. I don't like this. So, we're still going to finish him, obviously, but we're not going to get a good time now. Whew. Maybe the front load is where it's at right now. I'm not sure. We still have 2 artillery, so we're actually going to have to flare away from this one after. Because we're not going to have enough GBE. But, yeah. You know what? Now that I think of it, the other front-loaded bases I went against, they were all 5 yards. That's why that attack works so well. Not so much on the 6. And not on a fully loaded 6 either. That was tough. Okay, let's try one more. Let's try to end on a win here. I'm trying to show you guys how to attack. We're getting all the all-stars, too. We got DK, we got Pete, we got Zero. We're getting all the good players right now. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what makes it fun. Yeah, so let's do one more before we wrap things up. Try to end it on a positive note, if we can. Potentially. You know, overall, this season has been pretty fun. It's just been frustrating because I feel like I could have hit like a record season for myself. But I don't know. Lots of time left. Let's see. Okay. This one's more straightforward. And yes, we do want artillery on this one. So we're going to go right about there. Screw the front stuff. I don't care. We're getting aggressive now. This guy have extra DVD. That could pose a problem. That could pose a problem. Alright. Okay. Looking fine right now. Nice and healthy. Gonna try to hold off from using a second wind right here. It would be nice. But we got bigger fish to fry at the moment. This guy is missing rockets, so probably a RC player. That's what I'm guessing. Let's just get them moving faster if we can. Start to work on this engine a little bit. We'll let them free clear here and split those two engines, and then we'll make a beeline for the last one. I think we'll have enough GBD for it too. If we take down the shock launcher, that actually wouldn't be a bad thing. Pretty close. Can you get enough for 2 here? Nope. Just not enough. That last little tick of GB is really costing me. So it should go boom right there. 219. In terms of timing, we want to be like 230 plus. 235 is the kind of the sweet spot. So yeah, the attacks are a little. They're tricky. They're tricky. 219. That's gonna be another loss again. Sorry guys, but regardless that we're losing because of defense, not because of offense. And I won a bunch of them before here, so we actually beat this guy. That was a. I should have shown you these replays at the beginning of the attack, so you'd have some faith in what I'm saying. It is, this is kind of the way that we want to do it. Fortunately, I put it at the end of the video instead of the beginning, but yeah. So we want to kind of go like this, art out that back one. It does work. It does get a nice time. You just got to get a nice split coming out around the middle. And it depends on the base too. I mean, if they're all evenly spaced out, you're going to get a lot less value at arting one of the Yars out. So not the best attacks, but I think that's the best method. So I hope that does help you guys out. As always, thanks so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Catch the next one, guys. Check it out. Back.